Okay, back again with part two of fixing the guard on the smart car. I've had a week's holiday in Sydney between part one and part two. So as I said in part one that I'd be doing it the next day, well, it's actually a week and 2 days later that I'm back on the guard. But I don't really need to drive the car that much, so that's no great problem. What I'm going to do today is with the flap disc, I'm going to rough up all of the areas around where the parts have to be glued. I've bought some JB World Automotive. I'll then be gluing it together, taping it with some cloth tape to hold it in place. Now the JB World goes off within a minute and they reckon it's workable within 5, but maximum set time's 24 hours. So all I intend doing today is getting it glued, and I'll leave it overnight. I won't say that I'll be back to this tomorrow because I might decide to take off somewhere else on holidays. But today we'll just get the parts all glued together and ready for the next step. So on with the dust mask and away we go. The boss is down here too in surveying the situation. She's just doing a safety check on the work area right now. We got power? Well, that's a good start. Guess who forgot to put his safety glasses on? Might have to use the finger sander on that one, I think. It's a bit hard to get the flapper disc in here, so I'll probably dig out the finger sander for doing this bit. This trigger's being a bit... Should be another piece somewhere. Oh, 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 oh. We're going to swap to the finger sander to get into those corner bits. My nice open air workshop, it provides the best light for filming. You might be wondering why I'm not just concentrating on the areas where I've got to join. I'm going to go over the inside most of this with the flapper disc because once the glue's all set up and I've taken the tape off, I'm actually going to lay some glass mat on the inside, and I just want to, you know, take the paint off of the inside and rough it up to key the resin and the mat in properly. So that's why I'm not just concentrating on the areas that need to be glued. Oh, can't plug two things into each other, can I? The main reason I'm going to put glass on the inside, I don't know if you can see them, but there are some hairline cracks. There's one just there, and there's another one back here just there. So by, I don't want to break those apart and re-glue them, and on the outside they're only barely visible. In fact, you probably won't be able to see them on the lens. So by glass matting the inside here, it will stop those cracks developing into breaks. Well, at least that's my theory on how things will go. All right. Just a little bit more cleaning up on this one.
Sorry, you won't be able to see this on the camera because it's such a small bit and I'm holding it towards me.
Okay, I just realised I probably won't glass mat this piece because, as you can see, this is a panel mount, a fixed mount on the side of the inner guard, and it goes on and slots down. So I won't be glassing over that little bit because it may make the thickness too thick. So now let's see if the jigsaw goes together. Let's get this right. Must be that way up. That way up. So that piece. No. No. That piece must come on here. Okay. That piece goes in there. There are some very little bits missing, and I'll deal with that when I've got the main guard back in one piece. Okay, that just needs a little bit of a clean up on that edge. Just go and get the appropriate tool. So this is just a deburring tool, but it'll be perfect for, I suppose, deburring the plastic where I've just ground it. Look at that, look how easy that was. Like a bought one, they would say. I also find this very handy for cleaning up threads in bolts. Okay. There's a bit there. In fact, I might deburr this one too. Notice I'm only deburring on the inside. I've only sanded on the inside. I want the outside to fit as closely as it possibly can. I realise it's not going to fit perfectly, and I'll have a bit of panel patching to do on the outside, but that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Okay, so that bit goes in there. Do you know what Douglas has just realised? That there's another piece somewhere that he hasn't got. So hunt for that, but I'll finish what I'm doing here. Let's go and have a look at the car and see if we can work out where this piece goes. So that goes in there. That's the bit I haven't got. Ah, this comes up here too. All right, okay. That goes on there, on that end there. Okay, boss, we're coming back inside. Yes, boss, come on. Okay, that corner's that corner there. And this piece comes in here like so. And that piece goes in there like that. This is going to be rather awkward to do, you know. I've got to work out a way to put this in a good plane to do it on. And work out which piece I want to put in first. What do you say we put that bit in first? Or should we put... I think we put the big bit in first. What do you reckon? Cameraman, what do you reckon? I got a thumbs up, so I think we're going to put the big piece in first. But I'm going to clean up the inside of that a bit more. Okay, right. I'll just go and get the JB Weld. Now, I was originally going to tape it together when I'd glued it, but let's experiment and see if we can hold it with clamps. Let's roll it up this way so I can see what's... My cameraman will hold the other end of the piece. Back at the other ones on the ground. No, I think we'll go back to the taping idea. I can't, and you're all going to write in the comments, yeah, but the clamp would have glued to the panel. Well, if I'd used the clamps, I would have used some cling wrap around the edge so that the cling wrap could stick to the panel, but the actual clamp wouldn't have. So just to cut off those comments. Mind you, we like comments. We don't get enough comments about what we do. Maybe it's because no one is interested in what we do. I think I'm just going to hold it. Well, maybe the assistant will come into play here, the camera assistant. I think I'll put the glue on this, mix the glue, put the glue on the surfaces. I will hold it in position. The assistant may be able to get some tape and put it over the joint. So we'll see how that goes. So first order of the day is to mix some glue. And this stuff is inky pinky ponky and you're not supposed to breathe the fumes. Yeah, well, as soon as this child-proof cap is worked out by me, wasn't that child-proof, was it? Okay, so now we want jeepers. We want strong arms to get it to come out. This is JB Automotive. It's designed for doing exactly what we're doing. Gluing car panels. Get some good write-ups on the old Googleator. That should be enough. Okay, oh. Let's see what we can do. How did I have it last time? I had it like that. I'm gonna have to pull this mask off. It's stopping me seeing what I'm doing. Well, Mr. Assistant, what does that? Oops, what does that look like?
Could be closer, couldn't it?
Right. Now, there's some red tape behind me, Mr. Oh, there it is in front of me, Mr. Assistant. Perhaps if we turn the camera off while you put the tape on, I mean, pretty straightforward. People will be able to see that the tape's been put on.
Start your engines. Got a big night ahead. Got a fabulous program. Got an exceptional field of sidecars. And as you look at that group down there between turns 3 and 4 for the sidecars, just a reminder that next year here at Pinjar Park we'll be running the Australian title. So something to look forward to. Certainly something to tell everybody about. But tonight, let's get on with the Jeff Geddes Memorial.
And while we just wait for the bikes to go back to the pits and get things underway, we'd like to mention some extra special people. Of course, Rod Slater from Euro Cars. Great deals on great cars for great people. That's Rod Slater. Rod, lift your lid, please, so that we can all see you. Rod's over in the hospitality tent. Rod's not talking to me. Oh, there he is. He's waving. Good on you, Rod. Now Rod, of course, I've known Rod for decades, one of the great people in the motor industry here in Western Australia, and probably the man who does more to help motorsport than anybody else in WA. Top man. We'd also like to thank the wonderful people from Redback Party Bus, and you'll be hearing a little bit more about that throughout the night. The Limited Sprint Car Association of Western Australia helping out the motorcycle speedway people. Limited Sprint Car guys, thank you so much. We do appreciate everything that you've done to help us. And the same with Australian Speedway riders helping their own sport. Thank you guys. We do appreciate everything, and we do thank you for your help. And look at that beautiful machine down there on the start-finish line. A little bit of history there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way things were just a few years ago. It's a little bit of a photo opportunity. Our infield cameraman now moving in to get a good shot. For those who want to see what's going out on the World Wide Web, if you're here live, then have a look at the guys stream on the For all those people that are worldwide, we'd like to thank you to tonight's telecast or broadcast or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I'm 173 years old.